Part 31. Welcome in, VOD watchers. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you in. Thank you for supporting the stream up until the point that you are here for the 31st episode of the Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2 with a Therapist. I hope you're enjoying it. We've got a lot of main quest stuff to do. Last episode was pretty wild. We are in the thick of the game. Take a second to please like the stream, subscribe, turn on the notifications. I'm live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every night except for Mondays. I hope you'll join us sometime and whatever we're playing. But I really do appreciate you being here. Check out my socials down in the description. And if you want to pick up some merch, it's a great way to support the stream and have something to show for it. I hope you'll check out the merch store at DrMickMerch.com. Let's go. Make it happen. I know, it was close to me. I'm sorry. Tear down our camp. Something happened before the bingo card came out. Does that count? I'd probably argue, I don't know. Let chat decide. You decide. Is this rain foreboding? It could be. Let's go talk to... I really want to go down and talk to Sadie, but Trelawney is much closer. So let's go talk to Trelawney and then we'll go hit up Sadie. I don't know what Trelawney wants. Oh my god, it's an 8. Come on.
You're okay.
What are we doing? Oh, it's because I'm in the camp. God damn it. Ah! Ah! Is this really how slow we gotta walk the horse through camp? In the rain. This is fun. Do 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 dum da da dum ba da bum. I'm just a cowboy on a steel horse I ride through a camp 2 miles an hour. We're trotting through the camp. Okay, all right, we're good. Thank God we didn't have to do that for much longer.
You're a brave.
Come on, Jenny. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Well, I would agree, Mona, to some extent, but I would say that if we're going to get involved, we are on the right side of that. In terms of who we're helping. I wouldn't want to be helping the military on this.
I can taste you already. Hey, careful how you go. Can't you see I'm tracking game here?
I can see that. You do your thing, brother. I'm not going to bug you.
Yeah.
I got a annoying, chaotic rich dude I got to go talk to. That hangs out with us for some reason. What's going on up here? Howdy, sir.
Hey there, partner. Fire's always better with company. Come and rest.
All right. If
So
you
where
insist.
you from, friend? Kinda all over the place. I am from Mexico. I left because my best friend, a man I'd known my whole life, betrayed me. And why am I telling you this? Because often the company of strangers is the best kind. The closer we get, the more cruel we become. See, you know it too. I don't know how well you know the town of Annisburg, but they tell a story of 3 brothers, close as can be, until greed destroyed them. They'd found gold together, but one of them ran off with it all. Now, the three of them lie dead. They say the brother marked the spot where he'd hidden the gold with tree carvings until he was followed there and shot dead by one of the other brothers. As far as I know, it's never been found. And neither has the body of my best friend.
Not gonna say anything to that, Arthur.
Well, I rested long enough.
All right. See you later. I'd probably leave too. I love how Arthur just... All right. Fun story. I'll just hang out with all your stuff that you have strewn out everywhere, sir. Man, big trust. Big trust there, huh? So, the only thing I want to say is, like, what that guy said about the closer we get, the crueler we become. He's not entirely wrong. And if you ever wondered why that is, it's often because as we become closer to folks, as we start to see the relationship as less and less conditional, it's a lot easier for us to push boundaries and take that relationship for granted. So really the lesson to be learned here is no matter how close you get in a relationship, never take it for granted. Always make sure that your relationships are conditional in a healthy way, in a way that facilitates dynamics that are good for you. Because if you do start taking your relationships for granted, sometimes inadvertently you'll push boundaries farther than you really should. I can't believe that guy just got up and left. I mean, Arthur just... That guy's like talking about this story, being all vulnerable about his dead friend, and Arthur just doesn't say anything. And then the guy's like, all right, good enough for me. See you later. I trust you with all of my things. But what an interesting moment. This is how everyone feels when Shepard pulls the I should go routine. It really is. I'm gonna call that guy Shepard, and if we ever see him again, that's just what we're gonna call him forever.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You have entered legendary animal territory. Hell yeah. Come on, Sinead. Oh, man. I picked the wrong area. There we go. All right. Good girl. We're going to beat the train. We're going to beat the train. Oh, it wasn't even that dangerous. I'm not gonna rob that guy though. He told me a cool story. Why would I rob that guy? Howdy, partners. Ooh. Oh, this is that same camp that we already... Alright, the dead guys have been removed. That's the camp that we sabotaged to get the Chanupa? Chanupa? Gotta be getting relatively close to Trelawney here, I imagine.
Yeah.
Here. The Chanupa. We got that Chanupa, but boy howdy did we not do that proper. What a beautiful day. Nice and quiet. Nobody bugging me. Ooh. Who's that? Who's that lighting up on my map? Hey, Miss Sinclair! Brother, that's who we're talking to. I told you guys if he came up, we were going to talk to him. Let's get to that little abode he's got down there on the other side of the lake. Guy seems neat. It would have been a really long, drawn-out, terrible process, Skog. The stealth in this game is not super great.
Easy now.
You ain't looking for gold here, is you? Because, I called it. Okay, here's a lucky bucket. This is one. All right. Let's see what you got for me. Shit. Bit of zinc.
See if this guy gets some.
Don't you hide from me now. Get out of there. Come on.
What a tedious thing.
Another little bit of nothing. Well, that's okay. And shake, and what's that? Yeah.
What do you guys think? You think this guy gets some gold? I'm rooting for this guy.
Shit. Ain't nothing. Goddamn lying pile of dirty rotten waste of my time.
Don't take it hard, friend. You'll be all right.
Well, bye.
Okay, goodbye. Come on, man. Stick with it. You're working so hard. You got your whole setup here?
You give me some damn breathing room, will you?
All right. Yes, sir. Well, I was really hoping. Seems the man can't quite drum any up. Bummer, man. Is it cold in Las Vegas this time of year? No, I wouldn't call it cold. It's in the 50s right now. All right. Let's see what my man Hamish has.
The door's open.
Hamish.
Arthur, well, come in.
You said we might go out fishing.
Don't take much persuading to get me to go fishing. Let's go to my boat.
Good.
Nice. We're going to enjoy the
Here
simple
she is.
pleasures.
You mind rowing?
Sure. What we fishing for?
Only one thing worth catching in this lake. The great tyrant.
Ooh.
As hell northern pike. Eats everything else that spawns around here, its own kind included.
Well, is that our bait then? A jack or something?
Hell no. He's a clever old bastard. I made these. This one's mine. You're gonna have to spare.
Badass.
You don't know the half of it. Come on, let's push off. I'll show you where we're rowing to.
Oh, let's go. Let's catch that.
Take us over there to the right. We'll set up 10 yards or so offshore.
You got it, Chief.
He don't keep far away from me, the tyrant. Wants me to know whose lake it is.
We'll show him who's boss.
The optimism of youth.
Is this like Moby Dick? Is this Captain Ahab going after our white whale? I'm here for it. Catch the legendary northern pike.
We'll cast off towards the island.
Okay.
You got that lure I gave you? Get
Oh,
her.
I got it. I got it, brother.
Spent years working on that. Finding the right combination of feathers, twine, and glimmer. Making them, losing them, getting them right. I tried coins, shell casings, even a medal. Finally found something he seems to like. And now I hear you can buy him in a shop.
Well, it wouldn't be quite so satisfying.
Getting him with something sharp bought.
Easy for you to say. But maybe I'm inclined to agree.
I catch him on first cast. I don't think I'm gonna catch him on the first.
Whoa!
Oh!
Well, you got something?
I got something all right.
Hey, him. Hey, you need
Come
any-
on now, Tyron, I got you. I got you. Come on.
Oh, don't pull him overboard. Don't pull him overboard.
Went on slack. Went on slack. Come back. Oh, it's a drop back.
Oh God! I knew it! I called it! I knew that was gonna happen! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Stay there. I'm throwing out to you.
He got yanked! That was crazy!
Over here.
See ya!
I'm over here.
I got you, bud. You get in.
Hey, come on up here. You lost anything?
Just my rod.
And the fish.
Would've gotten my toes, too, if they weren't wooden.
You want another go at him? I still got my lure.
Nah. He's your fish now. Cast away. We'll come
Ooh, come on.
over there.
I want to see how big this thing is. This thing's gonna be a bitch of a fight, man.
Bumped me. I had to check twice. Thought I'd find a chunk of me missing.
Man-eating pike? That would be a first.
I'm not so sure.
This ain't a barracuda. How quickly he got pulled in was so funny. All right.
Right here. Our hopes of catching this bastard lie with you.
Yes,
Cast
indeed,
back to
sir.
where we were.
Because you can never come back out here.
Lure I gave you.
All right. Here it is. Ain't gonna pull me in no water.
I think I hooked him.
Reel. Let's land the bastard. Bring it in now.
Yep, I know how to fish, Hamish. I know what I'm doing.
Strong, ain't he?
Oh. Let's go. Pull him in, Arthur.
Stand steady. Time to reel. Don't let him pull you. Reel it in. Come on. Come on.
I'm reeling. I'm reeling, brother. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. It's gonna get tired. We just gotta. It's like catching a swordfish. It's like catching a swordfish. You just gotta get it. Real, Arthur.
There you go.
Dude, you could reel so much faster than this, Arthur. Ooh.
You're doing good. got you now, tyrant. We got you now.
Do we have a net? I don't really feel confident in our ability to pull this thing in, man. Also, he could row the boat over.
Right up as you reel. Leave it a moment. He's fighting you.
Like, Hamish, let's row the boat over to him, bud.
He's tiring, all right.
We're making progress. We got this. Just gotta be nice and patient here. Nothing stupid. Pull it, Arthur. Pull it. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Oh my God, this is so intense. Like acting like this is like real. Like I'm like sitting here like fully. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Look at it. Oh my God. Come on! Yeah, it's right here. It's so big. Come on, Arthur. Don't get sloppy. Stay patient. Stay patient. Yeah!
Here we go.
Yeah!
Damn you!
I think the boat's leaking, Hamish.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
You caught him.
Let's row back.
Nice. Shelbs, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate you, man.
Here. The holder. Pass me the tyrant. That is if you're sure you don't want him.
Oh,
Look at that.
from your pond.
Wow.
Well, I'll give him his honors then. He sure was something, huh?
He was. Thanks for taking me out.
I appreciate the company.
That's one hell of a fish.
Ain't he something?
So long.
Hey, you ever want to go out hunting? You stop by again.
On me.
Oh, we have a friend. We have a friend. And I love it. That was badass. I enjoyed that immensely. Look how happy he was, too, man. Pike are intense, man. Right? Like, Hamish just wants to go hunting and fishing.
Woo! It's on the line.
Take him away. Didn't even hurt. I ain't no pike. Some ominous music right now. Can't see shit.
Hello, mister.
He's watching. He's always watching. He's never talking. They won't forgive you. They didn't forgive me. There is no forgiveness. None, friend. None. I know you want it. I can smell it on you. Well, it isn't happening. No, it isn't. That's why, that's why I'm out here, well away from them. See, they come for me, but I'm watching. Yeah. I never sleep. I never do.
Is that right? All right, well, I hope you have a nice day, sir. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I never sleep, but I do have a bed. Mind if I awkwardly follow you around, sir? He sleeps. More like lion preacher. Yeah, I don't. That guy getting his bed all wet like that from river water. Eesh. As is his prerogative.
Who goes there?
Oh wait, back at the camp. Trelawney.
It's Arthur. Welcome back.
Reverend,
Arthur, hello.
glad to see you've got your act together at last.
I am trying.
At least something good's come out of this.
Yes, sounds good, Arthur.
Oh, I can get myself a shave. I think we go for a new look. Let's go.
Reverend. Can be
speak?
Of course. What's wrong?
I'm frightened. I'm so very frightened.
Of what?
Of everything. This cannot go on. How many more times will we survive? These past months have been hellish.
Have they? For me, they've been different. I'm a changed man, Herr Strauss. Entirely changed. I have been saved from hell.
We are going to die.
Of course, but not yet. And the path shall become clear. I have been saved, Herr Strauss.
You've gone mad.
Okie dokie.
Josiah?
I was,
Leaving again?
yes, just leaving. I'll see you soon.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Well, if I was you, I'd disappear too. This is all pretty much over.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. Let's not pretend no more. Get out of here.
I'll miss you, Arthur. You've been a fine friend to me.
No, let's not get over sentimental. Well, the place is quiet. Get out of here. You go with my blessing.
Thank you, Arthur.
Wow, that's not exactly what I was expecting, but it does make sense. Trelawney, of really anybody in the group, I would argue, has the resources to leave. Like, the dude's got money. He's not gonna struggle in terms of being able to get his needs met. Trelawney very much belonged to the group, I think, out of some ideological pull, not because he needed the group. So it would make sense why he would be like, I want to leave. The group's not really fulfilling anything for him anymore. If anything, it's getting him in more trouble. He's better off going and getting in his own trouble. But he's got resources. So he's not tied to the group in that way. And he's decided that his values no longer align with the group. Being able to leave some place because your ideals clash is in a lot of ways a privilege. And Arthur saying you have my blessing, he gets it. I'm sure Arthur probably wants to do the same. But it's gonna be interesting to see how the group reacts to that. I don't know if the group is gonna really lose their minds over that. Trelawney was kind of a chaotic figure anyway, but makes sense. I get it. Does this start a cascade of events?
Found a friend looking for you.
Mr. Morgan,
Hey.
how are you?
A little better.
I hope so.
How can I help you?
I am sorry to impose on you again, but I believe I've made progress brokering peace.
You have?
I believe so. Colonel Favors has agreed to a meeting to discuss and maybe resolve his alleged grievances and mine. Now, he has lied to me more times than I care to remember, but maybe this time he must want peace. Why could he possibly want to humiliate us further?
Well, we got words for his kind, but they're colloquial.
Perhaps I could make one last request. My men are not allowed to carry arms.
You want us to keep the peace?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of dull talking and ceremony. But I feel with some non-tribe members present, their chances of lying or worse will be reduced.
Will you, Arthur?
It ain't my business, brother.
No, I know. But it is mine. Do it for me?
Charles, I got...
I've saved your life. Do it for me.
Sure. Come on. You owe this man. You should have him do your negotiations.
Let's go.
See, when a guy like Charles calls in a favor like that, you know it matters. Charles is not a guy that really spends a lot of time making requests or demands of other folks. He has shown that he has his own values for sure. He has shown that he is loyal, that he is careful about who he aligns with and discloses to. And him calling in that favor, I don't know about you, but it grabbed me. Like, oh shit, like he means it. Because the thing is like if you're a person who continuously hyperbolizes things in order to get people's attention, you lose your luster in their eyes. When a person does like that, approaches you and says this is dire and I really need you, it can be a lot harder to trust, because if everything is hyperbolic, nothing is hyperbolic. Right? Like if you raise all intensity, it's all just the same noise. Charles never raises the intensity. So him raising it and getting a bit hyperbolic and saying, I saved your life, help my ass out, you listen. Which is a testament to Charles's stability in some ways, but also in the fact that he tends to look at things and talk about things more realistically, rather than inserting a bunch of extra language to make things more than they are, a la other members of the group. There's a lot that we can learn from that. Your request matters if you are like him. I don't, Mona. Not yet, anyway.
This way. I also have some men meeting me there. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to help.
I mean, Rains Fall has also showed himself to be a man of integrity.
You have already done so much.
Ain't a problem. Just hope nobody recognizes me. I've had a few run-ins with the army recently. I wish we could have done more to control the situation. Dutch should not have gotten involved.
My son has a mind of his own. Too much so, in fact. I just hope Colonel Favors can be reasoned with. I am not asking for very much, but when our people are sick and hungry, and we find our medicine and supplies are being deliberately withheld, how can we not view that as something personal? When they destroy our sacred sites, how can I convince Eagle Flies and the others that they shouldn't fight back?
Maybe that's part of the reason they're doing these things. Because they want you to fight. Be able to say, look, you see how these savages behave?
Perhaps. Thank you for helping Captain Monroe to retrieve those vaccines, Arthur. He will be at the meeting and is one person who knows the true situation, at least. I still have hope that we can come to an agreement.
Huh. That's interesting. So Charles' hypothesis there is a fascinating one, that like they want, basically because Rains Fall tends to not really be activated by much and fight, the group is kind of squeezing him in such a way to get him to show fight. And that's that happens. It's an interesting tactic. I don't know that it's an ideal one, given that it clashes with what Rains Fall is trying to accomplish. But I think Charles is kind of is on the money there with that. It's really tricky to be in the position that Rains Fall is in. And I know we talked about this a little bit, but like, he can't afford aggression. He is at the mercy of hope, which is not exactly a fun thing to stake your claim in when you're trying to lead a group. And when you're trying to lead a group against a bunch of people who have shown themselves time and time again to just completely screw you over any opportunity they get. It's really brutal. So, you know, I can understand why he wants that show of force a bit from like me and Charles here. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but Solar, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that, friend. Oh, something I want to say about Rains Fall as we make this trip here that stands out to me in contrast to many of the other characters that we have come across in this game, and I think is partially why and I'm assuming many of you watching this, are drawn toward him and are feeling this sense of like calm, even though we're going into chaos with him. Something he does that nobody else does is he thanks us continuously. He acknowledges the sacrifices that we make in helping him, and he takes time to really see our involvement for what it is and to express his appreciation. What that does is it reinforces for us that we matter to him. And it's a reward. It's an interactional, relational reward when a person we respect says, I appreciate you for doing this, particularly as often as he does. It's in stark contrast to the many people who, when we talk with them, they just kind of take it for granted. They might say thank you after. But this guy is constantly reinforcing that. And what we can learn from that is when people do things that you appreciate, express that appreciation. Thank folks for the stuff that they do while they're doing it, not just after they do it. Make it a process reward, not just an end award. And you will often find that people are going to be a little bit more drawn toward you because they feel seen amongst that process and not as if they're being used. Appreciation goes a long way for folks. And it's something that Rain's Fly does a really nice job. And with that said, I'd like to use this as an opportunity to say how much I appreciate all of you being here. Those of you that are here in chat and are live with me, I'm grateful every night that you come out and spend time with me and chat with me while we play this game, and that you create such an awesome community around these games. And those of you that are watching the VOD right now, thank you for watching the VOD and supporting my stream in the way that you do. I appreciate all of you very much.
Here we are. There's my men up ahead. Hello. Whoa! This way.
Yeah, I still wish Rockstar wouldn't show us those subtitles, but whatever. Alright, let's see how this goes. I am prepared for this to go terribly. It ain't gonna go terribly because of the natives. Deep breath. A literal table to sit at. Right.
Colonel Favors, Captain Munro, we come in peace.
Hello again. Who are these two?
They're friends of my people.
Interesting looking fellows.
Yeah, they won't cause any trouble.
Well, I should hope not. Listen, Mr.
Chief.
Yes, Mr. I can't say that silly name. What is it?
We're already off to a bad start. The fucking name, dude. If he brought his dog and said, "This is my dog, Cheeto Sniffer," this guy would say Cheeto Sniffer. Ugh.
In English, they call me Rain's Fall.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Listen, we're all Americans here, and we want an outcome. But quite frankly, I'm confused. Your men are little more than criminals, in my opinion. Keep breaking peace treaties we've made,
causing disturbances in everybody's lives. But I pride myself on being a gentleman. Really, I do. But there are limits. So, let me be very...
Arthur. Holy
You
Christ.
okay, man? Someone. Jackson, take him away. Where was I?
You're a gentleman with limits?
Are you being facetious, sir?
Come this way, buddy.
I said, are you being facetious, Captain Monroe?
No, sir, I am not.
Chief Rains.
That's, Rain's fault.
Exactly.
Okay, right there. That's number 2. Microaggressions may seem in isolation to not be a big deal, particularly to folks in dominant groups. But every microaggression adds to a pile of microaggressions that a person has experienced in their life. And what microaggressions do is they sometimes subtly and sometimes not so subtly establish a hierarchy that is linked to something that goes beyond the immediate dyadic relationship in which it's happening. So when the colonel says, I can't say that silly name, and then says Chief Rains because he just can't bring himself to say the full name, he could, he's just choosing not to. Those microaggressions serve to reestablish to Rains' fall, I am in charge. I have the power. It's a not so subtle dig at that. And it brings into play the weight of societal dominance and marginalization. Right? In that meeting, maybe they are just 2 men. But they're also not. Rains Fall has to sit there and take it. I guarantee you, if Rains Fall said to the colonel, if he called him like Sergeant, he'd freak the fuck out. And if Rains Fall continued to do that, it would be a real problem for Rains Fall. Because the colonel would make it his problem. Rains Fall doesn't have the benefit. That's how you know that there's real power dynamics at play, is no matter how often Rains Fall corrects the man, he just doesn't have to care. Rains Fall has to care. So you get a lot of information about groups and subgroups via microaggressions. So if you're a person who kind of goes toward the idea that maybe microaggressions aren't such a big deal because, oh my God, it is kind of a silly name. Not like you're one of the 1,000 cuts that a person has experienced. And you need to understand your place relative to that person so that you can make a decision to show that person that they matter and that they're valid in that context. And that you understand the societal difference. It's gross. It's really gross. It's hard to bear witness to. I was when I was graduating middle school with honors, and the counselor couldn't pronounce the second last name, so halfway through she said, "Oh, whatever," in front of my family too. Yep. Terrible.
Chief Rains, the thing
It's quite a
is,
cough.
the federal government.
Sure.
that I handle
Wait here.
this situation.
I'll fetch you some water.
I'll be fine. Thank you.
No. You know he's going to have Monroe court-martialed. Or attempt to. He's going to make a disgrace of him.
Monroe? Seems like well enough for a West Pointer. Why?
You know what Favors is like. Because he thinks it's right. Because he thinks Monroe is a patsy. Or a spy. He's convinced he had something to do with those vaccines getting stolen. He thinks Monroe is going to force him into making a concession with the Indians. So he removes Monroe.
Removes how?
Favors wants him tried for treason and hanged.
Why does
Favors care about the Indians?
Because he doesn't want to back down. I mean, his whole professional life. You know what they say about him. Hightail Favors. The man who missed a battle.
Poor Monroe. Kind of liked him.
I know. Well, still, he's kind of stuck up.
Your men violated the treaty. That treaty is null and void. I have been
Feeling better?
Yeah. Come on. Let's go.
new lands. The lands you currently occupy belong to the United States government. Why is this so confusing, sir? Why?
Good day, Colonel Favors.
Well, that was remarkably unproductive. I'm afraid the federal government was quite clear, Colonel, that it wanted peace, and peace for all, and that the treaty had not been broken by anybody.
Oh, is that so, sir? And did it want impudence, sir, from a junior officer in public? Was that its plan too, sir? You insult me. You insult the regiment. Arrest this man.
Arrest me?
Gross insubordination. Disobeying an order. Treason.
Are you mad?
You had those vaccines stolen. You disrupted a negotiation.
Let him go.
This is all getting out of hand.
Aye.
Captain Monroe, let's get out of here.
Aye,
If
aye.
I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut, amigo. I don't want to kill this man, but shall.
Bitch.
Charles, Captain Monroe, mount up now. We're getting out of here.
Okay, this isn't great. I understand the sentiment on this. This might feel like justice. But again, man, this just puts the natives at more risk. This is the absolutely horrible bind that we're in. Is that if we let this go, we get screwed. If we stand up, we get screwed. At some point, I do think there is some argument to be made that fighting is better. But holy hell, is this not great? Because not only does this put the natives at risk, this draws an immense amount of attention to Arthur and to Charles, and by extension the Vanderlyn gang. And I cannot imagine that this is going to go well, over well with Dutch. There's no way, if this gets back to him, us holding a colonel like this. Everything about this is bad. Everything about this is terrible. But that's how you know that we are at the mercy of an overly dominant group, because we are screwed no matter what we do. Oh, Lordy.
Time to get out of here. Come on.
You won't get away with this.
What you're doing? Don't be dumb.
I'll kill you.
Let's go. Open fire.
Yeah, of course they're going to open fire.
Easy now. Ooh, that's it. Yeah.
Rains fall already go?
Look out behind them. Catching up.
I can't shoot at these men.
Yeah, but we can. Oh, more incoming. I nearly hit you.
Please hold for fire. I'm putting you down.
Kill those Indian lovers. Hold your fire. I only grazed them.
Oh, shit.
More on the left. Head for the trees. We're penned in. Go. Find the cover and protect Monroe. Come on.
Come on, Captain. Can you shoot?
I can't do it.
They're trying to kill you.
I swore an oath.
Yeah, dude, at this point, you're going to have to get over that.
You're dead.
Thank God I don't miss.
What's our plan here?
Find a load, then make for the valve.
This was meant to be a truce.
Just hold.
I am sorry, Mr. Morgan. I cannot kill these men.
Dude, get over it. my god, I can't hit shit right now.
This is insanity.
Yeah, no shit, man. Come on, Arthur. Come on. Get him in.
They're trying to surround us. We're just wounded. I want to eat. Okay, it's now or never. Let's go. Captain Monroe, you're with me.
Let's go, Sinead.
We sure as hell don't want to hang around here. Come on, follow me. More behind us.
Oh, shit. But give me the stationary guys. I can't hit them. Give me the guys on horses. Deadeye.
Everybody okay?
Not really. What do we do now?
You get out of here. Fast. We'll take you to the station.
I can't believe that just happened. I've been an army man my whole life.
I heard them talking. They was gonna have you hanged for treason. You can't die for those fools.
And what about the chief?
We'll do what we can.
I guess I won't be submitting my report.
I wouldn't think so.
Get you on this train, sir. This very convenient train.
Get out of here, Captain Monroe.
I fear it may be Mr. Monroe from now on.
I'm sorry about your career. Here. Here's some money. You take it and get out of here and start a new life somewhere. I hear Tahiti's nice.
Thank you.
Just hop on a train to Saint Denis, jump on a boat, but avoid Guam.
Where?
Forget about it.
Meet you back at camp.
Mr. Morgan, are you okay?
Well, never better. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on my way down to Mexico. They're finally sending me on a mission. Brother Dorkins is very jealous. What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB. I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
Okay, just that was. Did y'all notice that? That was really cool. He looked at us. Like for a split second there, when he said that, he looked at us. That was really neat. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but it was kind of cool.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. And it weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I. But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard? I shall try.
I know you will. Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
Wow. You know, that's a hell of a moment. Obviously. That's as close as we've seen Arthur get to talking about his experience. And there's two things that stand out to me in this that I think are related. The first one is his saying that he's scared, and the second one is him saying that he doesn't have anything to believe in. And I really think that those two things are the product of the group that he's been a part of for years. A group that he chose to be a part of. Not knowing where it was going to end up, by the way. Arthur, for so long, I think, ran away from his, whatever his purpose he thought was going to be. He lost his son. He never was with Mary. So husband and father they were, not anything that he could ever sink his teeth into. Particularly father. And that's a real hard one for parents when they were a kid. So Arthur found the Vanderlyn gang, and Dutch and the group gave him something to believe in. This is why people join groups like this. What was the groups was Arthur's. And it gave him something that he could pay attention to and distract himself from. Well, the group has gone so far astray that I think it's forcing Arthur to reconnect with the stuff that mattered to him before the group. Which is why Arthur's experience is so dissonant, and I think why he's so angry. Because he's probably using hindsight to kick himself a bit. And he's basically saying, I don't have something to believe in because I don't know how to find my own thing to believe in. I have spent all my life having people tell me what to believe in. I've had a lot of people tell me what matters and what doesn't matter. And now I don't know that that totally fits for me. And coming to terms with that is incredibly difficult, whether you're dying or not. The second part of him saying that he's scared, that is not an emotional experience that you can share openly in any way, shape, or form in the Vanderlyn gang. You show fear, you show strong emotion. We perceive strongly held emotion as a loss of control. We look at people being scared and we think, oh, you got to control that. So the only way that you maintain a sense of control and a sense of moving forward in the Vanderlyn gang is to stuff that emotional experience, to never make that known. Well, Arthur's afraid to die. He can't share that. He can't show that. We see him constantly say, I'm fine, I'm good. So now, Arthur, in this moment, talking to this lady, is in touch with his emotional experience and connecting with those things that were a priori to the group. And he has a person that he obviously perceives as being present enough with him to access that. And he looks about as human as we have ever seen him look. And I, for one, commend Arthur for getting there. Because ultimately, the lady's right. The sister's right. He, at any point in time, can not only choose what he does, but also how he thinks about things. See, because one of the things that Arthur has been slave to throughout this entire series so far is confirmation bias. Arthur has already decided that he's a bad person, that bad things should happen. And as a result, he has biased himself inadvertently into looking at all the things that confirm that for him. And probably has even gone so far as to retcon his history to suit that narrative. I lost Mary because I'm a bad man. Daddy treated me this way because I'm bad. Like, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that he can retcon his history in that way through that through that confirmation bias. And what the nun is saying here is, you don't have to do that. You could shift your focus to something else. You don't have to continue to perpetuate that narrative. And I think Arthur's known that for some time. We've seen that over the last couple episodes and how he has interacted with people and what he has chosen to do, like helping out the Downs, helping out the natives on his own volition, not accepting money in payment for that. Like, he's started to get there. And I do wonder if this lady saying this to him is enough after he was in a moment of vulnerability for him to say, you know what? I don't have to be slave to that narrative. Now, here's the even trickier part. I'm going to add a bunch of layers to this, okay? If Arthur's a bad person, having TB is easier for him to conceptualize and understand. He can fit that into the narrative of, you know what? I deserve it. I did a bad thing. I got tuberculosis. I deserve that because this is my punishment for everything that I did and how bad of a person I am. If Arthur brings himself around to seeing himself as a good man, as a person who's capable of engaging in deeds that are for the betterment of not just himself, but the people around him, you know, that he could be somebody who would have been a great father if he didn't lose his son. A person who has some form of moral compass that goes in the direction of trying to be the best man he can be. Tuberculosis all of a sudden sucks a lot more. All of a sudden, it doesn't feel fair. Right? In the same way that, when a person that is totally beloved gets cancer, we say things like, oh my God, bad things happen to good people and it's just not fair. It's easier to get angry about. If a mass murderer gets cancer, there are some folks that would say something like, yeah, well, he should. Fuck him. And so as Arthur continues to do good things, we are brought closer and closer to his tuberculosis. He coughs more. It's showing up in missions. It's preventing him from being present in missions. Now all of a sudden we got this guy who's doing good and this illness is taking him out of it. And it's hard for us to sit with because we're like, holy shit, man, you don't deserve this anymore. And he's going through that same scramble of narrative. So there's just so much loaded into this. So much of Arthur needing to kind of look at himself and reevaluate not just who he was, but like, who does he want to be going forward? How does he want to use the time that he has left? And him getting these subtle bits of reinforcement from the folks around him, I think is huge. In him accomplishing that and hopefully making some really significant meaning out of the rest of his life. Meaning that I would hope would maybe be separate from the Vanderlyn gang. Do you think he just spilled his guts on a whim like that with her in the hope that she would tell him what to believe in? Maybe. I don't know. Do you think Arthur admitting that he's afraid to someone and coming to terms with that makes him feel better? I don't think it needs to make him feel better. Like, here's the thing. Arthur doesn't need to necessarily feel better. I think Arthur saying that aloud is a big deal, though. Many of us don't name our emotional experience out loud. And naming our emotional experience out loud can be quite vulnerable and intense because it makes it real. I think Arthur needed to make it real, and that was the safe thing to do. I think he also needed to say, I'm scared in the presence of a person who wasn't going to freak out about that. To a person who wasn't going to doubt it. A person who wasn't going to say, well, you need to make sure that you stuff that and get your shit together. A person who wasn't going to look at that as a threat. He needed that to come out on a neutral canvas, or at the very least a canvas that he could project a sense of safety and security onto. And so I think it comes out there because it needed to come out, but it needed to come out in a way that he could see it and actually have it validated so that he could also internalize and validate it himself. He says that to Dutch. Ain't going anywhere. Hell, I don't even know if he says that to Charles, it's going anywhere. He could be struggling with what the prior limits have been, feeling afraid to die now, not during all the battles, not thinking of the possibility of getting sick or otherwise. It certainly could be, yeah. That's heavy. I was not expecting that. That was really something. Thanks again for being here, chat. We have just seen him be more vulnerable than I think we have seen really anybody be in this game. So now that we've been vulnerable, I want to go talk to somebody that we trust. Like Sadie. I would imagine on this horse ride, Arthur would be really in some deep thought.
What the hell?
You know, I just disclosed that out loud. What does that mean for me? I'm more in touch with my fear than I ever have been. Arthur didn't exactly say what he's afraid of. He may not be afraid of death. Which I think somebody in chat said, right? Like, he did not specify what he's afraid of. Is he afraid of dying? Is he afraid of Dutch?
Please. I can't feel my leg anymore. You have to get the strap off of me, please.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Keep pulling. I can feel it getting looser. Oh god. Oh, you did it! Oh. I gotta get some scrap or something here. Oh, mister, I thought I was gonna be, oh, God! Oh, I thought I was gonna be a goner. Oh, you can take whatever you want from my pack for saving me. Oh, whew.
Here, this'll help with the pain at least.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh.
Can I, like, take you to the doctor, dude?
We'll have a field day over this back in town.
All right, now don't step in that trap again when you go to stand up, mister.
Girl.
Guess this hurts me right. Oh.
I don't know about that, but... Oof. That guy's odds are not great. I think we know that. Like, but hey, we did what we could. We got him drunk. I may have TB, but at least I don't have gangrene. You know? Back in Saint Denis. I agree, Shelbs. I do think that's kind of a neat touch, right? Like, we get to project a little bit of our own fears for Arthur into that conversation instead of hearing what Arthur has to say. It's a really nice way to straddle the line between us role-playing and also us being the protagonists in this game. All right, Sadie. We've been inside Doyle's Tavern a hell of a lot.
Uh-oh, mister.
All right.
Don't you worry about me.
Oh, God damn it.
Come on, let's go. Let's go where? And why are you so riled up?
Today is a great day, Arthur. Today is the day they are going to hang Colm O'Driscoll.
That's so.
Rather they hang him or I shoot him.
Oh, they are gonna hang him.
Yeah, and not before time.
That boy's been on the gallows more than most. I wouldn't count anything until his neck's broke.
Well, nor would I. Which is why, despite us being wanted men, we're gonna attend the event ourselves.
And follow him onto the scaffold?
Well, let's hope not. But if I could see that son of a bitch breathe his last, I think I'd die a happy man.
Why the hell did he just shove Sadie out? I hate that. I hate that.
We are gonna disguise ourselves.
In this?
In this.
Oh, Lord. Stolen valor, baby. Oh, okay, she's fine.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't like the way that he... I don't like the way he handled her there, but...
We'll cut through the alley to get to the gallows. We keep our weapons holstered, our disguises on, and our wits about us.
Mrs. Adler, might I say, being a fancy woman of Saint Denis suits you.
I'd dress up like the Queen of Sheba if it meant seeing that son of a...
Colm hung me up. Nearly butchered me. That don't mean I'm comfortable in this woolen coat.
You made it out of that predicament, as I remember, Mr. Morgan. My husband weren't so lucky.
You lost your husband. I lost my darling Annabelle. That poor boy Kieran. We've all lost something because of Colm. And that is why we will shepherd him to eternity.
Ooh.
Amen.
Ooh, I can get behind that.
Those fingers off those triggers, because we'll need cool heads and calm dispositions to see this done.
Practice what you preach, brother.
Whatever do you mean?
That's what I was gonna say.
Really? When you seem to lose it all so often now.
This maybe isn't the time, Arthur. Okay, so there's a time and the place. I had a supervisor one time that told me you can say anything to anyone so long as you say it at the right time. This is not the time. Dutch around Colm O'Driscoll gets amped up. Dutch being amped up means all the more likely to be defensive and reckless. Arthur should not be fanning the flames right now. This would be a moment where I would say we need to stuff that and be in the moment and let this run its course instead of challenging him. All it's going to do is get him riled up. And if we get him riled up, he's going to think less straight. We need Dutch thinking straight here. Okay? Sadie, I don't worry about. Dutch, I worry about. So do not fan these flames right now, Arthur. This is not the time. This is the person. This is not the time or the place. Ugh.
This doubting and questioning of yours, I miss the old Arthur.
Don't we all?
You two quit it. Y'all got a job to do, and we're all in rough agreement about how we're doing it. As far as I can tell.
Exactly.
We'll get it done, all right.
All right, then. Come on. We got a hanging to witness.
Sadie the neutralizer. Love that.
Look here. Don't the public love an execution?
Beautiful morning.
Hey. All right. Good. Now, you see that pair of assholes?
Sure.
They're Colm's boys.
Yes, I think so.
What a surprise. I'm glad we're here. What are they pointing at?
I don't know. We gotta follow them and find out.
Yeah. Oh, here comes somebody. Stay here.
Don't do nothing.
Go brush that horse, officer.
Yes, sir.
The crowd came to see a show. We don't want to disappoint them.
I guess they did miss their chance to see John swing by his neck.
Hey, you know I wasn't going to let it come to that.
Well, I guess I don't know what I know no more.
And I guess this isn't the time to question either my decisions or yours. Here and now, Colm O'Driscoll's going to get his due.
I agree with Dutch. This isn't the time. This isn't the time, dude. Arthur, if you're going to be a part of this, you got to be a part of this. Okay, you can't have your cake and eat it too here. You can't come along with Dutch on this mission and be involved with it and make that choice and then also sit here and pester him and poke him. And this is just not the moment. Not when Colm O'Driscoll is here. Not when we've got something to do and we're in danger and we're wearing police uniforms. This is not the time or the place. I am absolutely in agreement with Dutch here. Arthur is here on his own volition. He did not have to show up. All right? So don't be antagonistic to Dutch right now. Pick a better time.
He's turned down there. Let's go. Quiet.
What's it look like?
Bunch of cops.
How many?
Enough. So what do you think?
Paul's up on the roof. Once he starts shooting, we have to have our wits about us and move fast.
Yeah, I guess we faced worse than this before.
Sure. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So, they got a guy up on the roof overlooking the gallows. Find a way up there, onto one of these verandas, through a building maybe, and get him. And do it silently.
Well, obviously I'm gonna do it silently. I want to see this bastard swing.
All right, just
Arthur, here's a ladder.
me and Hoagie McIntosh. Officer McIntosh.
Way up to the roof and stop him.
I'm
I'll go
doing
back
it.
to Mrs. Adler.
Oh, yeah.
What a strange door to have there. Don't mind me, sir. Just an officer on the roof.
Wow, what we got here?
Knew it. Knew it.
Your boss is gonna swing.
Whoa.
Well, Cole, there goes your escape plan.
As long as any of us can remember, it is justice that separates us from barbary. Yet justice itself can at times be barbaric. For sometimes a man is so savage, the only way to deal with him justly is by savagery. Colm O'Driscoll is one such man. He has murdered, tortured, robbed, stolen, raped, and abused for a decade across 5 states, seemingly with impunity. Today, justice catches up with him.
As well you may. I've been a bad man.
Silence!
These charges...
This is not a court where you shall be tried. This is a place where your sentence is to be carried out. And your sentence, Colm O'Driscoll, is that you are to be hanged by the neck until you are dead. This is not a task we take lightly. It is not a task we enjoy. But it is a task we must carry out if our civilization is to prosper. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Damn.
Colm O'Driscoll, may God, in his infinite wisdom, have mercy upon your soul. Whenever you are ready.
Now you know how it feels to watch somebody you love die. You ruined my life!
Oh, Sadie. Sadie. Sadie.
Arthur! If you can hear me, shoot some of these O'Driscolls!
You're not walking away. Come on. No more batches left to get between us.
Judgment time, same day as Colm O'Driscoll.
I'm just about done!
Hey,
We got him.
Let's just get out of here.
Go.
That was boy, this has been something tonight. What a dissonant moment that was to watch Calm. On one hand, I think there is part of us that could look at that and say, like, okay, like, the dude sucked. Does he deserve the death penalty? I don't know. At the time period, that's what they did. But we also saw a bit of the human there. I think we saw and can connect with, to some extent, the utter dread of a realization that your plan's going to fail and you are going to die. Colm's experience of death is the exact polar opposite to Arthur's. Colm had about 15 seconds to realize and process that he was going to die. And 15 seconds to reflect on his life, his choices, everything that led up to that moment, seeing Dutch there. His last moments were brutal, and he did not get a chance to reprocess his life and to do differently. Underneath all of that, I know he's terrible, but underneath all of that is a human. And humans we all have the same kind of survival drives and fears, and I think all of us could connect with that, what that would feel like to be boxed in, right? He went from cocky to terrified in a span of 15 seconds. If you're Arthur there, I'd be looking at that going, holy shit, I am going to really make the most of the rest of this, because he has been told he has a death sentence that he ain't going to get out of. But he doesn't have 15 seconds to process it. He's got 15 months maybe. But what a moment there. To humanize Colm there is some real powerful stuff. Real powerful.
How you get on, Arthur?
Well, we saw the bastard hang okay, but the whole thing ain't gonna save us.
I guess that's one less thing to worry about.
I guess compared to the entire government, in the end, Colm O'Driscoll didn't seem like such a worry.
A letter came for you.
Oh, okay.
I know it's from that Mary.
Mary?
She ain't worth it, Arthur.
Agreed, Tilly. Oh, wow. What?
My dear Arthur.
Oh, boy.
I am sorry I asked for your help with Daddy, but at the time, I felt that I had nowhere else to turn. After reading the recent events in the newspaper, I understand much better now just how busy you have been. I don't imagine you will receive this letter, but I nonetheless must send it. Arthur. Oh, Arthur. I was just starting to dream the silliest and softest of dreams. I miss you, and I will always miss you, but I cannot live like that, and it seems you cannot live any other way. When I'm with you, the world makes sense, but when we are apart, I see clearly that your world is not a world from which one can escape. I am so sorry for everything long ago, and for starting up that business again. There's a good man within you, Arthur, but he is wrestling with a giant, and the giant wins time and again. You've broken my heart again, and I fear I have broken yours. For that, I will never forgive myself, but you must let me go now. I enclose a ring you gave me many years ago, when we were both young. Not because I don't like it, but because I care for it far too much, and it reminds me too much of you. I hope one day you'll find some people in love who can use this, for it kept me thinking of you all these years, and I hope by returning it to you, I can finally be free. Goodbye, Mary.
Oh, God. Are you kidding me? God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, my God. All right. So... All right, lock it up, Ryan. Lock it up. Okay. All right. Okay. Holy hell. The last 2 times that we have interacted with Mary, we have set very clear, firm, rigid boundaries with her. We told her no. We showed her that we don't have any interest in being involved with her in any way, shape, or form. Well, this is sometimes how people react to boundaries, because here's the thing. When people set boundaries with somebody, in this case us with her, we are the ones taking control of the relationship. Like, if you're a person who sets boundaries, particularly rigid ones, you are dictating terms of your relationship, which is a form of taking control. Mary, for so long in Arthur's relationship with her, was the one who took control by saying no. She was the one that said, I can't be with you when you're with the group. I'm not interested, yada, yada, right? We know all this. So Arthur finally gets to a point where he starts to assert his boundaries. He takes control. He moves on. She doesn't. She is so used to taking control in the moment that she's threatened by those boundaries and overcompensates by writing this letter that flips the narrative to make it seem as if she's the one that's still in control, that Arthur's still the one that's pursuing her, and that she has to set the boundary by letting him go because it's too painful. It's what makes this letter feel so gross when you read it, because it completely misses the mark. We've moved on. She has not. She's trying to take control of something that she has absolutely no control over. I've already made my decision. Arthur has already made his decision. People do this. And people do this a lot of times to try to undercut the boundaries that people set with them that they don't like. And if you are ever in Arthur's position here, you take this letter, you crumple it up, you throw it away, and you never talk to her again. We don't have to reassert that we're in control. We don't have to respond to her and say, and get the last word and say, doesn't matter, I'm over you, Mary. We know that we're over her, and that is enough power and control in and of itself. Mona, to answer your question from a long ass time ago, I don't know that he's pushing the envelope just because Micah's not there. I'm sure that helps. But I don't know. It could be, but I think Arthur's just pretty much had it at this point.
The Reverend left, Arthur.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He left me a note. Told me I should do the same.
Why?
Well, I think he's worried.
He's a right to be worried. You worried?
Sure, but I still think maybe things will turn out okay. You'll steer Dutch right. I know you will.
I'll try, Miss Grimshaw. Really, I will.
Okay, so Miss Grimshaw knows that something's up. People know something's up. But that's a lot of pressure. I know you're going to steer Dutch right. Why are we... I mean... Maybe. Dude's pretty far gone, Miss Grimshaw. I don't know that any of us are going to get through to him. But that shows that she knows something's up. And if she knows something's up, I guarantee you she is in the ear of all the women of the group because she's their leader. Wanted to ask, do you think Arthur may be losing some of his strength and not being able to do all the stuff he could before, or would have an effect on him seeing a lot of his life relies on it? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think anytime a person's got a chronic illness that affects their physical capabilities, yeah, it's going to affect the way they see things, for sure. Like, we're really at a crossroads here. Because a lot of the group is onto this. They know what's going on, right? Trelawney left. Now the Reverend's apparently gone. Grimshaw probably ain't going to leave. She'd been here for a long time, but this is probably going to get whittled down to the people that were there originally. And I think the thing that's going to really suck when that happens is that the people who were there originally are going to look at this and go, this ain't what we signed up for originally.
You making it through this?
This camp's going to slowly disband.
Yeah.
Okay, Arthur.
It's gonna be all right.
I feel like a prisoner here.
We won't be here for too long. We just need an escape plan.
All right, then. Yes, Arthur.
You don't got a parrot, Dutch. Oh, man.
Hey, Uncle.
Hell of a time, Arthur.
How you doing with all this?
Well, I got whiskey in my belly, so I'm good.
Yeah, but how's your lumbago?
Keep your fingers crossed.
All right.
Oh, man. How to get a group to evolve 101.
Hey, holding up. Been better?
We ain't always seen eye to eye, you and me.
I guess I thought that things always came too easy to you. But here we are.
What are we gonna do about all this? About Dutch?
Stick with them. We owe them that. Maybe we can stop things from going too far.
Still, things are gonna end bad.
It surely will.
We don't owe him that.
You watch yourself.
We don't owe him that.
Easy there, John.
Okay. Your history with a person who has had significant positive impact in your life and has been meaningful to you is important. Okay? It is important. It's important insofar as if you see some anomalous behavior, it contributes to your willingness to give that person the benefit of the doubt. The more intimately involved we are with somebody, the more intertwined lives we have, the more likely we are to give that person the benefit of the doubt if they do something that just doesn't quite seem like it's fit to their character or goes against our values. And that's okay. And I'd argue that's even a good thing, right? It's why we'll stick our neck out sometimes for friends. It's why we'll hang in there with some bullshit. We'll be ride or die. But you also have to take into account present patterned behavior. And if certain behaviors and patterns over time continue to be misaligned with the person that you feel some sense of indebtedness to, you have to take the data you have and make a decision based on that. I understand why Arthur wants to hang in there with Dutch. I am not advocating for people to necessarily bail on relationships right away. But you absolutely have the right to sever ties with a person for any reason, because nobody is entitled to you, no matter what they've done in your past. So Arthur saying that feels yucky to me, because we don't owe this particular Dutch everything that we might want to owe him. The Dutch that puts the group first, the Dutch that's thinking about our well-being, Dutch that's checking in with all of us, yeah, that Dutch probably deserves for us to be at his back. This one, no. And we have to work with the cards we have, not the ones we wish we had. Well, you know what's interesting about this, though, Scott, right? It's weird to me how Arthur will argue with Dutch and then turn around and advocate for him with others in the camp. I actually think to some extent, I know this is going to be a little bit against what I just said, but I actually think to some extent that's potentially a good idea. The reason I don't like it with John is because John, I think, is a little bit more closer to like our level of the hierarchy in the group. But I do think that Arthur advocating for Dutch with the group and being against him one-on-one is the way that you would want to handle leadership in this case. Because if Arthur starts going around and starts telling people don't trust Dutch, and he sows dissent in the group, and that gets back to Dutch, that ain't going to bode well for Arthur. There's a good chance that they may even conceptualize that as Arthur being a traitor, and Arthur doesn't have enough of a feel of where everybody's at necessarily to be able to sow those seeds of dissent. Also, here's the other thing, is if Arthur sows the seeds of dissent and it works out and the group bails on Dutch, they're going to want to follow him. And Arthur knows he's terminally ill. So Arthur is in a huge bind, because if the group bails on Dutch and looks to him for leadership and he dies in 3 months, now Arthur dies with a real sense of responsibility and worry that he let the group down, because not only did he pull them away from their leader, he then also failed them as their new leader and has left them in total disarray. So I do think to some extent that like Arthur needs to be aware of who it is that would potentially take over for Dutch if Dutch got rebelled against. John, I don't think is the guy, because I think they'd probably just kill John. So I really don't know where you go with this. I mean, it's a terrible bind. So what you have to do is protect your constituents to an extent and make sure that they're still feeling safe and that their anxiety doesn't get to a point where it starts to really affect the safety of the group. It's a brutal set of circumstances to be in. I'm glad you enjoy it, Pancake. Yeah, man. This is as complex as it gets. It really is. Like, hey, wildlife photographer extraordinaire. What do you got? You know, John, I also don't know if he's the best leader of the group, because John has, he's got his family to worry about. You know, I do think that Dutch being... Oh, man. Pearson looks like he's in a bad way. Holy shit. Let's go check on him.
It's all over. All over. I don't want to die. Not like this, not... I don't want that. I don't... You... It's all so sad, Mr. Morgan. So very sad. I don't know. I don't know.
I know things seem bad.
We're gonna die here.
Don't give up just yet.
Well, try to keep your head straight.
Okay, Arthur.
I appreciate the expression of sadness, man. Be in touch with that, Pearson. Listen to it. I do think Sadie could be a good leader for the group. Absolutely. I think Micah could be a good leader if he changed some of his ways. Yeah, and I would be a race car driver if I had started karting as a kid. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. I think Micah could. He seems to be a little bit too self-involved. I don't know. I'm not necessarily going to write him off, but I got so much skepticism toward Micah at this point. He's never struck me as a person who keeps the needs of the group in mind at all. You can't be Loki and lead a group. It just doesn't work. Don't mind me, fellas.
Christ, I got it, all right?
Yep.
There, girl.
Good night, Scott.
Yeah.
Howdy there, stranger. Hey, that's a nice-looking horse you have there. Bet it ain't faster than mine, though. Ariel's my pride and joy. Why don't we race to Van Horn, the trading post?
Nah.
I ain't interested, fella.
All right, no problem. No harm in asking.
That's how you do it. I appreciate that man being cool about it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in racing you, sir. I got places to go. I got a wildlife photographer to save. Oh my God.
Stay sharp. Drop your guard for a second. Back up. Christ, I got it, all right?
Yes, I have seen that video, Grage. It's a good one. Yep. I think everyone could do well to take polite rejection like that. I would agree. What? What? Where'd you go?
Slow up now. Listen up. This is my camp. Get lost. Time for you to get the hell out of here.
You got it, sir. I will get the hell out of here. Alright. I am inclined to go do Eagle Flies, I guess, since... How much is that bounty you have, by the way? Oh, I don't know. I'm wanted dead or alive at this point. I don't know how much it is. Ooh, the buffalo. Yeah. Yeah. Feel it rumble. Oh, man. They're so cool.
Yep.
Man, bison are such cool animals. I don't want much to do with the law right now, so I'm gonna just go right past.
Sons of bitches.
Be quiet. You ain't going nowhere. I'll kill all of you. Just shut up back there.
Yep.
You have a completely different reaction when somebody does something like that in these kinds of games. I take it as a challenge. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Now, come on.
Eh. I mean, sometimes I do, but I took a race earlier, a couple episodes ago, but I ain't much into the idea of racing that guy right now. I got Eagle Flies to talk to.
Just a little more, girl. Come on.
Oh, the guy who was like, get out of here? I mean, the guy set a boundary with me. Why would I? What? If you, I'm not a, I gotta say, and this isn't directed at you, Fick. This is just in general. I'm not a fan of looking at boundaries as challenges. In fact, I would make an argument that you should literally never look at a boundary as a challenge. You should look at a boundary as a boundary. So if a person says, please leave me alone, that's not a challenge to fight the boundary. That is them very clearly stating their expectation of you. I roll up on that guy's camp and he says, please get out of here. I mean, he said, get the hell out of here. But he says, get out of here. I'm leaving. If the guy says what the other guy said at the beginning of the episode, he says, come, have a seat at my fire. Let's talk. All right, cool. I'm down. But as a general, like, life rule of thumb, you should never look at boundaries as a challenge. You should look at boundaries as a sign of respect that a person was willing to assert their expectations of that given context. And you're certainly welcome to set whatever boundaries you need. But a boundary is a boundary. And if it's stated clearly, we have to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when that guy asked for a race, I said, no, I'm not interested. That's a boundary. The guy respected it. Oh, no, I understand, Fick. I wanted to make sure that I used that as an opportunity to talk about that, because there are lots of folks that will look at boundaries as a challenge, and you really should never do that. Well, yeah, I mean, consent is a boundary. Like, refusal of consent is a boundary. So you should never look at that as a challenge either. If a person says, I'm not interested in this, right? If a person says, I'm not consenting to whatever it is, doesn't even have to be related to sex, that you are no longer Like, if a person says, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I don't want to be friends, I don't want to interact, even if it's for the rest of the night, right? Like, that person is no longer consenting to being in engagement with you, and you have to respect that. Yes, we did, Phoenix. I made that tonic and I drank it. It didn't last as long as I thought it was. I thought it was going to actually legitimately make Arthur's cough go away, and it didn't. Alrighty. Let's read the journal real quick. Thought it'd be interesting. Went to speak to Chief about the situation. I helped him recover some precious things from the army. He gave me some medicine, which helped me a little. He's a man who not so long ago I would have found weak and pathetic. Now I see as a wise and thoughtful and sensible. I'd love to help him, or at least stop Dutch pushing his son to do something real stupid. Met a one-legged man, war veteran, interesting fella. Said to come by his cabin on the other side of O'Crea's Run. Maybe I will. Saw Captain Monroe again. Good man in a difficult situation. This dump must seem a long way from West Point in Washington. He cares about the Indians, but he ain't too friendly with the local regiment. Helped him distribute some vaccines others were not so keen to offer about. Went to see the fella Hamish Sinclair. He's quite a sportsman and outdoorsman. Went fishing for pike. Got him in the end. Wants to take me hunting. Hamish, not the pike. Things went from bad to worse with the army. I was not wrong. The local regiment's colonel despised Captain Monroe and planned to destroy him. Charles and I rescued Monroe and probably ruined his life in the process. I hope he can find peace someplace. After putting him on the train, I bumped into that nun, Sister Calderon, bound for Mexico. She gave me a few home truths about existing in this world and perhaps the next. Maybe I have something to hope for. Anyway, it all sounded very pretty and took away all the dread I've been feeling. Look at that. You name your emotional experience, it makes a difference. Got a letter from Mary. What did I expect? What did I want? Weren't never meant to be and never really was, and yet somehow in the end I discovered I had a heart because it was broken. Oh, you fool. You sad, deluded fool. Torn in two by different ideas of who you were, and turns out you weren't neither of them. Ooh. Well, that's because the world ain't black and white, Arthur. Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Sorry, Sinead. I almost killed you.
Yep. Yeah. Giddy up.
I couldn't have drawn it prettier, no sir. Oh, hey, mister. Remember me? Come on over. How you doing today? Well, you see this here? American ginseng. Take a feller from not too bad to hardy as buck in no time. Really something. Yep, you don't find this every day. Dose this in your medicine, give it some zip. Believe me.
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
Anyway, I ain't gonna use all of this, so feel free to help yourself to whatever's left. You take care now.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate that immensely. We still have Jen A. She's in the stable. I've been riding Sinead for quite a while now. Me and Sinead's almost fully bonded. Happens a lot, Vic, but I ain't killed Sinead yet. Actually, yes, I did. I got Sinead killed at Blackwater, but that was an honest mistake. Yeah, we still have Steve, too. See what he's trying to get now. Can't imagine this is gonna go well. You going? What could you possibly be trying to shoot here?
So, you're still alive.
Mr. Morgan.
How are you?
Indigestible, apparently. Aside from that, very well.
How's the project going?
Well, this is God's country, and I am his faithful servant, although perhaps not his most talented one. I have been trying to capture the grace of the wild horses here for weeks, only the buggers can't stand me.
Ah. That is a silver dapple pinto.
I know. Beautiful. Won't come anywhere near me, of course. He can smell my stupidity.
Well, how about I drive him over?
That might help. Can you be bothered? I feel like such a blunderer.
Sure. Wait here.
At least this time I doubt I'll get eaten.
Oh, God. All right. So I gotta rope this pinto? Jeez, I'm going real far away. Herd the horses into open plains. Oh.
Y'all famous.
Come on.
Easy, easy. Go on. You look pretty doing it. Up, up. Good Mustang. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up. Go on now, Ollie. Let's go. Easy there. Yeah, yeah. Come on, horses.
Come on, horses. I love that.
Ooh. Whoa.
Come on. You guys can spread out a little bit.
You want your likeness taken? Go then. Yeah. Move it up. Now run. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, go on. That's it.
I've got it. I've got it. Yes.
a genius.
No, but I can ride a horse.
Well, in my world, that makes you a genius.
You're too kind. So how are the photos coming along?
Oh, amazing. Here, I have a print of the wolves before they tried to eat us. It's for you.
That's real fine.
Well, thank you.
Take care, Mr. Mason.
You too, sir.
Nice.
Now for a few final checks.
Oh, that's cool. A little scary, but that's cool.
Don't mind me. I may be at this for some time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go hunting with Hamish. Seems like a mighty fine thing to do. I reckon. I agree. That was a nice, wholesome mission. I mean, he seems like a genuinely decent guy. Back then, photography was more of a pain in the butt than it is now, so even aside from the dire circumstance, a photograph from that era is quite a gift. No kidding. I mean, there's a lot to it, for sure. Especially if you're trying to do wildlife photography. I mean, even that's still kind of a pain in the ass now. People have to sit in the wilderness for days, for weeks. Like, I remember when Planet Earth was a thing, and they got that, like, spotted snow leopard or whatever, and they had to, like, sit out for forever. And, like, that bird of paradise dance or whatever, like, those people sat in that spot forever before they were able to get a shot of that. Like, the amount of patience it takes to be a wildlife photographer like that is unreal. I don't think I'd have the stamina for that. All right, here we are, back at the lake. Lake Hamish. Probably feed my horse. Plastic Vicar, thank you so much for becoming a member, friend. I appreciate that a lot.
Hamish.
Arthur! Come in.
I want to see my friend.
We could go for a hunt.
I did. There's this huge she-wolf been stalking me the last few nights I've been out, but she can wait. Let's talk a while.
Sure.
So what do you do?
Me? I'm a wanderer. I was born further north, but I spent a lot of time out west. It's funny. I never saw myself as a wanderer, man.
The bodies lay so thick, you could have walked across the whole field without your boots touching mud.
Those were bad times.
Yes, they were.
I want to see the whole convo.
Would you like some more coffee?
Please.
What have we here? Yeah, she's right across there.
That close.
Oh. She's acting brazen. Come on. Let's mount up.
Come on. She went around to the left, around the lake.
I want to see every part. I want to see every part of that conversation. He starts talking about how he never thought he'd be a wandering man. Oh! Give me the deets, man. Give me all the content. I need that.
Come on, she'll move quick.
Wolves shouldn't come so close to people.
Yeah, it's strange. When the whole country was wild, they could go where they liked. Now they're stuck hiding in the few corners of wilderness we got left.
It's a feeling with which I can sympathize.
This ain't a country for wild animals, nor wild men neither.
Not anymore, it
You
seems.
hear that?
Yep.
Quickly now, this way. Up there, on the outcrop, you see her? Let's go around it.
Okay, I'm with you.
Why don't I just snipe her from up here?
We're on to her. Come on.
Okay.
Damn! I can't see her. Let's get up to the top. Have a look around from up there. You loves hills, don't you, boy? You eat 'em up for breakfast. What we got here? Is that a fresh kill?
Could be. Is the blood set?
Let me take a look.
Yep. That was her dinner. Now, where'd she get to?
My guess. She's gone somewhere over there.
There's a whole lot.
Yeah, over there. Yeah.
Problem.
There she is. Got shy all of a sudden. You got some extra miles in you tonight?
Oh, if we gotta chase her, let's chase her.
All right. Come on.
Anything for you, new buddy.
Quick, while we got eyes on her. Damn it, too slow. It looks like she's headed into the woodland. We're gonna have to track her through the scrub. Better to be on foot. Send your horse somewhere safe.
Get going, girl. There's a wolf about. Get!
You went in there, all right.
Yeah, there you go. Toward the wolves.
Now you want to take the lead, or shall I?
I'll follow you.
I'd prefer if you did it, if that's all right.
Okay, I'll track her. Stick to me.
Got it, buddy.
Got the trail. This way. Keep behind me. Let's take this slow.
Nade better not get eaten by a wolf.
Keep your gun out, just in case.
Yes, sir. I don't have the right gun.
She could be a half-mile in front of us, or behind that next bush.
Okay.
Keep your eyes up, okay? I got mine in the dirt.
Hamish better not die, man. You better not get attacked by this wolf and die.
Let's head down here.
This is an absolute crapshoot, man. We look like a couple of knuckleheads. I mean, I guess we could look at this as a shared experience between two men.
We're close.
But good lord, is this ridiculous.
Hey, up there. Is that the she-wolf?
The she-wolf? Oh my god. You gonna shoot her, Hamish? Hamish. You gonna do it or what?
Oh, Lord, there's more of them. We walked into something here.
God, I can't see shit. Holy crap.
Whoa. You all right?
I did not mean to shoot that.
My complete and unconditional.
Yeah, I don't think the wolves would have shown much mercy.
That's quite an ambush she led us into.
Yeah, bushwhacking, I'd call it. Huh?
God damn! Over here! Over here!
Oh, no. Hamish! Hamish! Hamish!
You all right?
Yeah.
Damn. Big son of a bitch.
Is that all of them?
That's the best of them. Look at them. Proud thing.
Scary thing. They brought us here to be slaughtered.
You were after a hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I got hunted. You going back to the cabin?
Nah. Still early. We'll stay up here a while. Dress this animal. I won't likely see another like him for some time.
Yeah, I hope I won't neither. Thanks for taking me out.
Yeah, anytime. You want to go out again? Yeah. You come by and see me.
So long, then.
Yeah. Wait. Here's a pelt.
Thank you.
You earned it. So long.
If he could speak, the stories he'd tell.
Yes, indeed. Oh, what a episode. Those of you that have made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching through the video.
Wolf, you gotta be to get this big.
I appreciate the VOD watchers immensely, whether you watched this shortly after it went live or whether you're here a couple years down the line. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a nice mixed bag of serious stuff and chaos and fun and wow. Make sure you leave a like, thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. It makes a big difference for discoverability. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Merch is available at drmickmerch.com. Join our Discord. That's where go live announcements happen. I'm live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every night except for Mondays. So I do hope you'll join us, whether it's for the next episode of this or whether it's on one of the next games that we play. I will keep doing this for as long as you'll have me. Those of you that may have become a member by hitting the join button or may have sent some form of tip or bought merch while I was offline, I want to use this as an opportunity to say thank you for that. I appreciate it immensely. Your financial support of the stream goes a long way to helping me put out quality content. It's never expected, but it is definitely appreciated. So thank you very much. I will catch you all on part 32.